But where is Mr. Verl Workman? We have Mastering Sales with the master himself, Verl Workman. He's been listening to me blabber. Verl, how are you doing?
Man, it's never blabber. I love it when you're just going off on brilliance. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in Cabo too. I'm doing great.
We
I woke up
cannot
in a
wait to
great
hear you
mood, and
rock it,
I'm
baby.
not even doing 75 hard.
You looking good, baby. You look good.
One of my clients said to me today, she's on her third week, and she said, I have more clarity in my life on 75 hard than I've ever had before, ever. And I thought it was fascinating because she's not drinking, she's working out, doing it, and she's like non-negotiable in all of those activities. Fascinating. So I didn't know you were doing that, man. Good for you.
Yep.
You'll be a new man.
Come on, baby.
All right. So, we asked your group in the last couple of sessions, I asked them, what do you guys want more help with? What would you like me to focus on and do? And there was an overwhelming response on how to really like how do we incorporate AI as like a thinking partner and not just a better way to do prompts. And so I decided that I'm going to teach you all how to build today a custom GPT and program it to think like a thought leader and a thought partner. So it has all the information about you that it needs so that when you're asking it questions, you interact with it and it'll answer in a way that gives you intelligent responses to help you make strategic decisions. Would you guys like that?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to have to lean in and really focus because I'm going to show you how to do it. This isn't there's no gimmick here. This is like I'm going to show you how you really do it from scratch. And then I've created a document that Canvas will give you as a download that puts all of my prompting and the things that we do to make it be exceptional. And so I'm going to show you how to do it, but I'm also going to give you the tools so you don't have to think about and try and remember the things that I taught you today. Okay. And I've never actually taught this to anybody. So, Brent, let me know how we do. I'm going to first share with you my screen here for a second. And um, I'm going to go into, and I'm going to just open up Chat GPT. And are you guys seeing my screen okay? Okay, so I want
Yes.
you to look right here,
Clearly.
and I want you to go down right here where it says Explore GPTs. When you click on Explore GPTs, and you need to have a paid version of chat. Okay, so if you're paying 25 bucks, that's fine, or professional version. When you click on Explore GPTs, up here in the far right hand, it says My GPTs and it says Create. Do you see that?
Yep.
When you click on Create, this gives you the Create a GPT framework. So you give it a name, and then you give it a description, and then you write instructions. Now, I don't want you to fill anything out in yours. I just want you to understand it's here because I've started one, and I'm going to show you how I go about filling out the instructions. And then I have conversation starters or questions that I want it to ask me to start conversations. Knowledge is what bank of knowledge do I want it to have? And I'm going to give you a list of things that I want you to upload here in your custom GPT. It should have things like your P&L, how you show up on social media, your website link, your goals, the markets you serve. If you're doing a lot of attraction, what's the messaging you use? What's the call to action? What's the hooks? I want all of this stuff that you would use in your decision making that you would want to be analyzed. As you go through and you're asking these questions, then we say a recommended model. I always use this user can define because if you want to use deep thinking or fast, you can do that. And then what capabilities do I want it to have? Okay, so I've started one for you, and it looks like this. I call it the EXP CEO Business Leader Thought Partner. So it's a thought partner. The first thing I did is I gave it a description and said, this is a CEO level custom GPT designed to act as a strategic thinking partner for a real estate team leaders at EXP. Now, I wanted to put a really good prompt in here. Now, you can use 8,000 words as a prompt. So what I did is I went to a different chat, and I simply said, I want to create a prompt for my custom GPT. And I want to take, now, Brent, I did this. I said, I want to take everything that Brent Gove has done publicly online, and I want to capture the way he thinks about, talks about building businesses and attraction. And I want to add to it Workman successes public domain on how they think about building teams. And so I put a couple of thought leading context into this, and I had it build it. Okay, so it built this prompt. Now, here's what you're going to get. you're going to have this right here. Candace is still editing it because I was building it as we started. But this is the prompt. And you literally go in here and you copy and paste it. It's 8,000 words. This is my prompt on how to think, do an attraction at scale. This is all Brent. People and team logic. This is both of us. Content visibility when asked. Common failure patterns. I want it to call out. I want a clarity protocol. I want it to be direct and decisive and structured and economically grounded. What I don't want is I don't want okay, now this is my high D personality, Brent, but I hate it when my AI says, that's a really good question. What a smart way to think. I hate that crap. Just give me the answer. So I said, be direct, decisive, and structured, economically rounded and time aware. Don't soften reality. If I'm doing something stupid, just tell me. Don't provide endless options. Don't default to hiring as a solution. Don't ignore margins or leadership capacity, and don't place clarity with verbosity. I don't want a bunch of words, just be clear. I've told it how I want it to talk to me. The final operating directive is you're not here to motivate me. You're not here to agree with me. You're not here to replace my thinking. You're here to improve my decisions, reduce wasted time, increase leverage, strengthen leadership, protect my enterprise. If I'm unclear, help me clarify. If I'm distracted, help me refocus. If I'm confident but wrong, challenge me. You guys like this prompt?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep. Proceed as a CEO advisor focused on building a durable, profitable team in real estate. These are not prompts for content. They are thinking triggers to force clarity. And then I go in and it asks for conversation starters in all of these categories. And so I've copied and pasted all the conversation starters into this document that you'll have that you'll be able to go in and put in here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my custom GPT that we're building. Let's go into this one here. Here's the one that we're actually building. This is where you put in your conversation starters. Are you guys with me? Am I going too fast?
No, it's cool.
Okay.
Good idea.
So a conversation starter is once you put your files in, it's going to say, based on everything you know about my business, what's the single most important decision I should make today? That's a great question. What am I currently spending time on that feels productive, but it's not moving the business forward? Where am I acting like the highest paid employee instead of the CEO? Ooh, that's a good one. It copied code, so I'm just getting rid of that. What problem am I tolerating right now that will cost me more later if I don't address it? How many would you like to know the answers to these in your own business?
Very good.
Okay. And then I would upload files. Since I don't have any files, I'm not going to upload files, but I'm almost done with this. So now that I'm looking at all these things, I have my 8,000 word prompt. I have my title. I have my conversation starters, and I have the recommended, like who they are to me. All I'm going to do right here is I'm going to click on create. It's now going to go in and create it, and it's going to tell me, do you want it to be private, just you, or do you want it to be accessible where you invite people? I'm going to update this, just make it mine. Okay, it's now uploaded. Now I can view it. What yours will be different than mine is yours will have all your files and data uploaded to it. It can read Google Doc files. It can read your business plan. It can read your profit and loss. But now I'm going to view the GPT, and let's have a little bit of fun together. So because it doesn't have files, we can give it some context to who we are and tell them what we're looking to do, and let's see how it answers. And I'd like to focus on a real problem. And so who would like to be my leader that is willing to give me some real information here? And let's put some information in and ask it as a thought leader how we can interact with it to solve some real problems. I need a volunteer that isn't afraid to be a little bit vulnerable, because we'll probably uncover some things that will be helpful to you.
Come on, be bold.
I'll do it.
Okay, who said that?
No.
Melody.
Melody.
From
Okay, I
Walnut Creek.
get each on my screen so I see Melody. Are you on video?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Hi. Nice to see you. Walnut Creek. Good to see you. Okay. Okay.
By the way, Verl, I have one question for you before you start. 1 year ago, how much did you know about this? 1 year ago.
A year ago, I would say that I knew nothing about programming a custom GPT 90 days ago.
So he sounds like an absolute pro. He's learned all this in 90 days. So all of you feeling overwhelmed right now, you can be Verl in 90 days. You just have to commit yourself to it. Go ahead, Verl.
Well, and there's a couple of warnings that I'll give you. One is that it's really easy to go down black holes that don't have any value. And so you have to be really focused on what it is you're wanting to accomplish, and then use AI like a thought partner, not like a better search engine. Okay. And so, Melody, give me a little snapshot of your business really quick. Last 12 months production.
So last year, I probably only sold about 7 homes because my husband and I were focused on flipping properties together.
Okay.
So it wasn't my best year, but we accomplished a big life
No
goal,
judgment.
which was to flip.
No judgment. I'm just going to put in some data. Just going to put it in. I love you, man. I love that you're volunteering. Okay. Next thing is, what are your goals for 2026?
My husband and I would like to do at least 3 more flips this year. I personally would like to grow my organization to 200 agents by January 2027.
How
And
many additional is that
so right now we're at 78.
to attract?
Awesome.
Well, just attract 200 more.
Go, Melody.
So that's 122 more partners.
Okay. You're at 78.
Mhm.
Okay. And you want to do how much in production? What's going to keep the cash flowing?
Actually, I'm just focused on agent attraction and the flipping business.
Will you take home sales if they come your way?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a snapshot of who you are. Now, what else? I'm going to ask the partner, what else do I'm saying, what else do you need to know about me to help me stay focused and to be really focused on these goals? And so before it actually wants to get focused, it's going to ask some questions. Okay. So let's see. Here's what I already see reading between the lines. I love to see that. Let's see. We don't care about home sales, attraction. I love that. You don't personally care about production. That's correct. Okay. Attraction without production creates low quality growth. Attraction without production leaders create low quality growth, cultural delusion, agents who join but don't produce. It's a fragile revenue base. That's kind of an interesting thought process. It doesn't mean you need to sell more homes. It just means your organization must produce predictably without you. Is that a fair, is that a something that you've thought about? Could you have your organization producing real estate without you producing?
Yeah, there's a lot of people at EXP that don't sell homes but
Yeah.
have large organizations.
And in those organizations, does production matter?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's create some clarification. 200 agents is a vanity number as leadership depth exists. You're targeting, you're at 78, you're targeting 278. That raises immediate CEO question. Who activates them? Who holds standards? Who produces outcomes without you? Who fails if you step away for 90 days? Interesting. Let's flips your capital strategy, not business model. Flips are lumpy. Okay, they're giving you lots of information in here. It's giving you lots of things here. What I need to help me focus is 10 high impact areas. Money and reality, money. Okay, in a normal week, what we have to figure out is what do you spend most of your time doing? How many recruiting conversations are you having? How many agent problems are you solving? Any deal issues? Content visibility, your calendar, what does it really look like? It's asking you those things. Do you have standards? Okay, I need to give some clarity to the model for a minute. So what I want to do is I want to say, okay, Is this true?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to go in my master prompt, and I would change it to have a real clear understanding of the impacts of growth and understanding how the model works in EXP. Does that make sense? Because I want to make sure that the answers it gives me are right in line about this. And so first I gave it clarity. It said, look, at this level, attraction-based income, multi-level revenue, long-term walkaway money, leaders not personally responsible transactions. I want an ecosystem that allows people to do whatever they want, not what I tell them they should do. The real thing is, so it's asking, attraction without production only works. At least one of these things is true. You have deep producing leaders below you. You have activation systems that convert results into producers. You have retention standards that protect rev share velocity. Are those things true, Brent? Yeah. The danger is half truth, and this is where it's going to push you. Now, so what I like that this is already doing is it's asking you questions. It says rev share only compounds when other people sell homes consistently, not you, not hypothetically, not eventually. Somebody must produce repeatedly at scale. If your organization becomes heavy with non-producing recruiters and light on production and soft on standards, then revenue stagnates and retention drops and culture weakens, and you recruit hope, not professionals. I believe this is why Brent asked me to come onto these calls, because we're talking about sales production. He's the master at attraction, doesn't need my help with that. And so understanding that if nobody produces in the organizations, there's no money to share. So at some level, there has to be some production, and that's what this is calling out. Your real role is not responsible. It's responsible for the system. Okay, not for the transactions. You're responsible for who you attract, what they believe success looks like, whether production is honored or optional, and whether leaders emerge or drift. Are you looking for leaders?
Yes.
Okay. You don't manage agent, you design an environment that determines who wins and who loses. So that would be a reframe of your role. Do you like that reframe?
Yeah.
Are you taking pictures?
Yes.
Okay. I promise I'll give you all this.
Okay.
And so what it's doing is it's questioning everything I said. It says, I want to provide an ecosystem where people can build whatever they want. It can be also powerful, but it's bounded. Means make sure it's not anything goes. You want high-performing ecosystem with clear lanes, clear standards, and clear leadership paths.
Okay.
Everybody can do anything, creates confusion, low accountability, and cultural dilution. It's kind of fascinating. The real question you should be answering is, who produces in my organization at scale? How many leaders can create production without me? What percent of my org is economically active? And what happens to revenue if recruiting slows for 90 days? If those answers are strong, your model works. If they're vague, your model is fragile. So we need to go through and answer those. And so this is a workshop you need to go through to answer these questions so that you're really clear on what you're building. This is not giving you answers. It's making you and helping you. It's teaching you how to think like a CEO.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great.
Here's a great question. Now that we're aligned philosophically, I need precision, not ideology. Okay. Of your 78 agents, how many close at least 6 deals a year? Let's go through and answer these. If you don't know, that's okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Or actually, my FLQAs. Well, no, that's measured on something different. FLQAs are measured on 5,000 GCI and every 6 months, and then it resets every 6 months. But I don't know exactly how many produced.
So I don't want to go into the details of the structure. I think you can do that in your own,
Okay.
but let's just say 20%. I'm just going to get, I'm making this up, okay?
Okay.
Number two question is, how many agents are recruiting others today? So how many of your 78 agents are your leveraged growth engine? How many of those are actually attracting?
I'd say probably like 5.
It's a good question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
3, how many leaders do you trust to onboard and activate without you? So of your leaders, how many will do a good job to activate and onboard new agents without you?
2.
Okay. 4, what percent of your revenue comes from your top 10 contributors in your organization?
Probably about 80%.
Okay. And then do you have minimum expectations to stay in your organization? Probably not.
No.
They self-eliminate through non-action.
Right.
And then 6, if you disappeared for 60 days, what would break first? What a great question.
Nothing.
If you left for 60 days, everything in your business would continue.
Yeah. As far as revenue share goes.
But what about on growth?
Oh, no, it wouldn't continue to grow. But as it is, I don't think anything would break. Maybe just the influx of new agents coming in.
Okay. So nothing would break on rev share, but nothing would happen on growth.
Right.
Okay, let's see.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we could take that was just the first set of questions. There's a bunch more, but I just did these. And so the issue is you don't have an attraction-based business yet. You have a top-heavy revenue structure, a thin leadership bench without standards. Growth is fully dependent upon you. Your model can work, but it's not currently built. And so we've got to build that attraction model if you're going to bring 200 people in. It's not whether or not you can do it. Like I have no doubt you can do it. And I believe it. It's a matter of what are we going to do? Right now, this is a summary. It's not a philosophical failure. It's just a structure gap. And so it's just identifying, okay, so if this, then what do we have to fix? So the leadership decision required is you got to decide what you're actually building in the next 24 months, a recruiting community or a leadership-driven revenue organization. You can't get to 200 agents on hope, permission, and optionality. You have to replace freedom. You can't replace freedom without structure, with lanes and standards. You need to replace you as a recruiter with leaders who multiply, and you have to replace rev share luck with rev share velocity.
You know, Verl, I want to jump in and say this is really great, Melody, because you could look at your 78 and even maybe have some people coming on that are real leaders. Think, man, they could do this. Pick 3 to 5 of your 78 who are really excited about revenue share. It could be just 3 of them, 5. And go, they're coming to Cabo. Like, I will not stop till I get to Cabo. And that's how you get to 200 because, you know, you have the vision for it. You have the dream, but when they get it and they get it, it takes that 12-inch drop from their head to their heart at Cabo. And then you equip them and then you could be gone in 60 days and they go build their vision, plugging into me, the 1%, you know, the people above you. Who's above you, just real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Verl, but who's above you, Melody, like going up?
Kenny, Jeremy, Dan.
Okay, hold on. Kenny Fast, Jeremy Larson. Yeah, those are great people. So you plug them in, you teach them how to plug in, and then it's off to the races. You couldn't stop it because they're in it for them. And so you don't have to get 78 to Cabo, but get 3, 4, 5, and go, you won't take it. Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to fly you there? By the way, I check flights out of Sacramento, $459 round trip. Fly them there. $459. And then they go, boom. We brought someone last year. She had 28 agents. Guess how many she has now? 97. She tripled her business in 1 year. Next year, triples again, 300. That's what you do. Go back to you, Verl. We only got like 2 minutes left. I'll give it to you.
Okay, so I'm going to say, let's get tactical. So it's going through asking all these questions. I'm going to say, I'd like to invite 3 of my leaders who want to be my key leaders focused on attraction to Cabo. Do I want to bring them? We need to
By the
come
way,
up with a
Rob,
story, an action plan, a dialogue, and a plan to bring them. Okay, so now it's going to take all the stuff that's in our data that's there, and it's going to start creating the story, how we frame it, what we're going to say, the narrative, what you're not doing, but you are. I'm intensely building the next leadership tier of the organization. I want to see who's ready to step into the responsibility. The core story is the organization is moving from founder-led to leader multiplied. Growth cannot depend on melody. Attraction without leadership is capped. The Cabo experience is an ownership, not a motivation. So it's shifting. It's shifting it. So here's the agenda. Keep it tight. Actually, I'll tie in what the actual agenda is. What I would do. What's the website for the Cabo event?
Cabo26.com.
What I would do is I would go, and I've been here, so I know that. I'm going to go to my custom GPT and say, whoops, let's see, it's this one. I'm going to put the website in there, have it look at it and scour it. It's going to search it and say, oh, thanks for opening it up. It's not guesswork. Here's what it is. Here's who's going to be there. Here's your tactical play. Here's your reframe opportunity to tell the story to get them there. So I just needed that little website in there to now organize it all. Pre-work before you go, align purpose and outcomes, prepared leader viability checklist, pre-Cabo team call, Cabo structured agenda, leadership daily huddle, accountability at night, the invitation script to bring your top 3 leaders and get them there with you, and a post-Cabo plan of how we're going to make it happen after we leave. Here's the 90-day leader sprint. Here's 6 optional power-ons of why this works. Okay, so what we just did in seconds, how long would it have taken us to build this?
Yeah. Years.
Melody, I'll share this with you so you can have a copy of this. But more importantly, I'm going to share with you the framework on how to build it. And so what I wanted to give everybody today was I wanted to empower you to be able to create your own thought leading partner. And when you put your data in there and you organize it correctly, I mean, you could put in there your comp structure, you could have people qualify, it help you strategically put the right leaders. Like there's so much you could do with a custom GPT. So I just want you to know that I look really smart, but I'm not. I just ask really good questions, and then I have my thought leader challenge my decision-making process. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Was this helpful to all of y'all? Do any of you have any questions for me that you're dying to ask? Like, tell me
Super good.
where you get
Super
stuck.
good, bro. Super good.
I was going to say, I took all of your stuff that you've been giving us and I built a custom gem and ChatGPT, and then I ran through all of your business plan and I uploaded it, and then I asked it to make prompts for me, and then I ran it, and it was money. It was so easy to do. I got it done. I mean, we're talking the whole year business plan, but I got it done in like 4 or 5 hours with the prompts and everything.
Yeah, I'm showing you basic fundamentals of creating strategy, thought, leadership as a leader. We don't have people that challenge us as leaders, and we're not willing to be vulnerable with our peers. But when you put all your data in and you're having a conversation with someone that you've programmed to be honest with you, it will tell you where you suck. It'll also tell you how to fix it and ask you the right questions without being without feeling less than. Does that make sense? Like sometimes I just need people to tell me that my idea is a bad one because everybody around me is on payroll. And they don't always want to tell you that that's a bad idea, even though they think it. And so I just want to, I need people in my life who just are willing to say, you're really pretty, but that idea is really bad. All right. Hey, Brent, thank you. This wasn't a sales call, but I really want to give them what they're asking for, and they wanted some help in creating some custom thought leadership with their AI.
It was great. And if you're smart, you'll reach out to Chrissy Young and go, hey, can I get an accountability group with you once a week, every 2 weeks, and talk about this stuff? Trust me, Chrissy, you'll hear from 1 or 2 people. It's crazy, so don't be brave. Don't be shy. Ask for help, reach out. How bad do you want it? Verl, thank you. Love you, man. I'll see you in Cabo. And we'll see everybody next week, same time, same place, 1:30 p.m., 1% Club, 2:10 p.m. Mastering Sales with Verl Workman. Verl, thank you for this night. Super good. You're a gentleman and a scholar, as my grandfather always said. We'll see you later, man. Bye, everyone. See ya.